Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Thought I'd put up a video on me doing my roof on my Jayco 1008 SG. This is a 1988, bought it about 5 years ago. And at the time I bought it, I didn't look at the roof. And shortly after I bought it, I noticed that that there was quite a bit of dry rot on the outside perimeter of the roof. So I knew this project was going to take place, didn't know when, and I wanted to get some camping in this fall, and I just decided, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I got started. Really haven't really had any issues. I started out obviously ripping down the canvas, pulled that off without any problem. It's pretty easy to do if you haven't looked at that yet. And started looking at my side panels. I got all the side panels off. Everything was pretty much just stapled. I pulled up the trim that was on the outside, worked all of that off, and got down to the side panels and just started pulling off the side panels with a screwdriver, all held in by staples, which I thought was kind of unusual, but everything was stapled in. So I just kind of worked my way around, all the way around. Took the front and back off first because that's what made sense. They were actually stapled into the side panels. So as you can see, I had to pull up the little, the trim piece. And this is all just uses that boodle tape or whatever you call that, said tacky tape. This whole thing is done with that boodle tape. So I bought a couple rolls of that coming to me from eBay. You can see all my wood underneath is good. Surprisingly, it's all good. Let me walk around the camper here. Aluminum skin's in good shape. All my wood's in good shape underneath. Here's the other side. As you can see, everything looks pretty good. Well, not bad. I'm going to have to figure out how to clean up the aluminum. Quite a bit of goop on there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. But all in all, it's just a matter of re-engineering how they did it. And I got to be honest with you, it was pretty easy to do. The side panels, like I said, were just all stapled on with the two-piece staples. And then the outer, there's that seal that goes around, that metal sleeve. That was actually screwed in. So you just pull off the old vinyl plastic that exposes the screws. And then you just unscrew it and pull it off. It came off, actually, everything's gone pretty easy. This was my bad corner. And you can see it had just gotten to the point where it was starting to get a little dry rot. And yesterday I put some bleach water on it, hopefully to stop anything that started there. But the wood's still absolutely solid. It had just started dry rotting. But right now this roof is just sitting on my cushions. I didn't want any pressure on anything, so I thought, if I put it down on the 4 posts, that middle may tend to sag because I'm sure those end pieces did some support. So I ended up just putting my cushions in there, so the thing just kind of sits on the cushions. And it's working out pretty good. Well, roof's all in all in good shape. I ended up sealing this last year, but as you can see, there's a lot of goop on there. I guess at some point I'm going to have to replace this. Yeah, so I'd like to put her, I don't know. I don't know how much I'm going to put in this, honestly. Thinking about my wife wants to get a standard toe behind. Something she can, ahead of time, go in and prep, get everything ready, and not have to worry about setting up when you get to the camp. So I don't know how much I'm going to put in this camper yet. If I got to sell it, at least the new owners would have confidence there's a new roof. Let me show you the old boards here. The old boards were just toenailed together. They used a 4x8 sheet plywood, and then they didn't even splice the two pieces together, because this camper is probably, I don't know, there was a, what's that, an 8-foot section? That was 8 foot, and then there's another 2-foot section behind that to go across the sides. And they were just sitting beside each other. They weren't even metal pieced together, which is what I want to use. I want to use those metal clamps that you pound in to hook two pieces of wood together. I'm going to actually do that for the next owner. So if they ever have to take it apart, they've got at least one piece. Because it was a pain in the butt trying to get my wife out here to help me pull off that broken piece of wood because it wasn't stuck together. Potential to have a disaster and rip your aluminum if it falls apart. So this was one side here. This was the two back pieces, the front and the back. You can see this wood is just, it's seen its better days. Yeah, it's seen its better days. It's pretty bad shape. The one corner was absolutely rotted. That corner right there was in real bad shape. That corner pull down latch wasn't even latching. That was at the back of the camper. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that piece of aluminum, because the prior owner tried to patch it. Poor job. He put in like bolts and drilled holes in the aluminum. See, there's another one he did too. He patched that sucker. Let me show you. He drilled holes in the aluminum. I'm going to have to figure out how to patch the aluminum. See, these are all rusted. These J bolts. This one, same way. I'm going to have to get my Dremel out. I've had to Dremel these off because they're in there so much. Can't get them out. So you can see that's from the heat. Had to Dremel it off. Aluminum's all in good shape. This is where I kinked it when it fell off. I'll try to pound that back out. This is where the other prior owner tried to put in like bolts to keep the corner in because it was all rusted. He didn't do it properly. Now I've got to come up with some kind of way to patch the aluminum. I don't know what I'm going to do there. I'll have to look online. Or if somebody's looking at this video, if you've got an idea on how to patch that aluminum, let me know. But yeah, he actually tried to piece it together with some boards behind it. And you can see he had a lag bolt there and a lag bolt there. Bolt and nut. Here's where the original J latch was. So that needs repaired. The other ones are okay. Well, I'm going to take my Dremel to all this and try to clean it up as best I can. Got new hardware. I need to find Robertson screws. My local Lowe's and Home Depot don't carry them. And I want to continue to use Robertson screws. To be honest, there's no way I would ever put Phillips back in here. I was able to get all of these Robertson screws out, even though they were rusted. I mean, here's some that are absolutely rusted. If that was a Phillips, I'd never get that screw out. Robertson screws, you at least have a chance to get those suckers out. There was only one screw out of all of these, out of probably 50. They were really rusted heads. I couldn't get out. I had to use a pair of vice grips to get it out. All the rest I was able to get out just because they were Robertson screws. So I'm actually going to try to find them. Actually, my dad's going to Canada in 2 weeks. And you can find Robertson heads up there readily. I mean, that's what they use in Canada. So I'm going to see if he can bring me back what I need for this project. Because I can't find them around here. So this is my project. Here's my replacement boards. I went to Home Depot today and just told them I needed an exterior grade piece of plywood. And this was a 4x8. actually had them cut it for me because they do that service for you there. My old measurements were just 7 1/4 wide, so I just had him make me 4 boards that were 7 1/4, and they all fit perfectly with the old boards. I just had to cut them myself to length, and I'm not going to use staples to put them back in. I'm just going to use I got a finishing nailer that I'm just going to go through every 12 inches or so and just put a finishing nail in it. And then once I put the aluminum over, it's going to be screwed in anyway, so there's going to be plenty of support for that aluminum and side rail. I mean, there's no weight to these things, so a finishing nail into this wood here is going to be just fine. Not worried about it. But that's the project. So until I get my Robertson screws in 2 weeks, not too much more I can do. Everything's going well, better than planned. See, here's another corner I've got to try to fix somewhat. I've got that boodle tape. I don't know how you pronounce that. BYTUL. That sealant tape. I've got 2 rolls of 30 feet coming from eBay to do the railing or the side pieces around here. This is all tape, so I'm going to take that 30-foot piece of boodle tape, seal all those up with that. I've got what else do I have on order? Oh, these new J pieces. I've got new J latches coming from eBay. My original ones at the bottom are fine, so I just needed the top pieces. So I've got those coming. Those suckers were like $5 a pop just for the J piece. I thought it was a little bit high, but I can't find any around here. By the time I find it, I'd have $5 in gas anyway. So, a couple of things I need to order off eBay. This is going to be a couple weeks till I can get this project completely finished. Maybe next weekend I'll work on the wood. But I think that's about it for now. Any questions, let me know. See what I can do. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube, and this project is a little bit different than some of the other ones where guys are redoing their roofs. Mine certainly is in better shape than some of those other ones where they're redoing the actual whole roof. Mine's just a surround. But this is a Jayco 1008. I don't think I've seen another Jayco. Yeah, maybe I have seen another Jayco on eBay. But hopefully this will help someone out. Maybe I'll do another video when I get the side pieces on, stapled on there. All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by.